schedule.
Welcome to the Lynn and Cheryl Show. I'm Lynn Serrano.
And I am Sheryl Isenhour.
We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back. How you
Go ahead.
how you doing, Cheryl?
I'm still vertical. No
There you
dark.
go.
So it's doing pretty good.
There you go. Well, welcome to today's show as we ask, are you as happy as you dreamed you'd be? And Cheryl just asked me that question before we started. I'm like, well, I just never thought that far. I just hoped I could see my grandkids one day, and I have, and I'm here. And sometimes you got to realize that when you get to a certain place, you got to keep going further. What's next, kind of thing. So, uh, you picked this topic, Cheryl. So, what's your thoughts on this topic?
Well, where it originated was something I heard from somewhere else. Um, as most of ours do, they trickle down from somebody else. And it was the thing is, I dreamed the world would be different than this. I dreamed I would have this. I dreamed I would have that. And I think we've all dreamed for a better world, and it has been a dream, okay? But I'd like to just, if anybody's as happy as they dreamed they'd be, I'd really like to hear from them because I think there are things that's happened in my life that are better than I thought they would be. But there's also some that, I'd love to change, but to change them, I have to change someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, then they're not original. So where do you draw the line on how happy you want to be? What what are you willing to give up to be as happy as you're going to be? That one's the one for you, Lynn.
Well, it's one of those things where it really truly is a mindset that our world starts within us. Our world starts by how we perceive things on the outside, how we perceive things on the inside first, and then it flows on the outside. And if we keep our stature of trying to be happy regardless of the things that happen around us, we do get affected by things that happen. And I mean, we have, tragedy yesterday per se, and yet you stop and you think of those things, and then you got to go back and still feel like, you know, what can you control? What can you control from there? And sharing you with my class at lunch break. Oh, thank you. And I don't. That might be my. It says Facebook user. I'm not sure if that's Iman or who it is, but thank you for being here. But the bottom line is it's like you can take a moment and feel the sadness in the world and what's going on, but you also got to come back and say, look, the world needs me to be the best I can be so I can be something that a light for somebody else in the world. And so it's Jerry Eisenhower, and for some reason it's Facebook user. I come up as Facebook user now too. But anyhow, so you've got to realize that you can't let the outside dictate the inside of where you live. I mean, we can't be so paralyzed that we don't try to show love to other people that are around us that have no clue what's going on. And so, I took a picture with my granddaughter today, and which I do a lot, when I take her to school. And yet, it was kind of a different smile. I couldn't smile as much, but I was like, you know what? But I need to smile and be present and appreciate, because if we get in that sadness, we can't appreciate the goodness that's happening in our life or what's happening now. So it's a very fine line as far as what a dream is to me. My dream is just to continue to find things that make me happy, keep me happy and healthy, so that I can be, of service to other people, so to speak.
Yeah. And we were talking earlier about what happened in Texas yesterday. And I know if you're doing the recording, yesterday was not the day you're watching this, but those people's dreams were smashed. And so, what can they do, or what can other people do to help them get back the feeling of being? I mean, you lose children, that's got to be the hardest thing that ever happens to you. I'm sorry. But we still you've had your dreams, you had your child. Um, let's put it this way. I was telling you before this started, a lot of it's you look at your parents and you see what, excuse me, what they did or didn't do. And you have these big dreams for yourself as you're growing up. You know, one day I'm going to have this and I'm going to go from here. And we all wake up and realize it was a dream.
Yeah.
But if you give up on your dreams or your goals, or you pick a word in there that fits for you, if you give up on them, then you're not
What do
going
you,
to go anywhere. You're going to be right here
yeah.
tomorrow.
What are you going to live for? Where do you find your joy and love? No, it's a fine line. It's a fine line for those that, deal with depression and stuff, to see the sadness. But you got to, for me, I've got to shake myself and say, look, but you got to take Rayleigh to school today. I've got to say, I can't be absent in my heart and not feel the blessing I have. It just has to be more tenfold appreciation, because now someone else couldn't appreciate that or have that. And so, it's one of those things. We're all blessed to be alive every minute. It shouldn't take illness or tragedy to be present every second. You're right. And so if we could all just find more joy and love within ourselves to give out, with the crazy world that we live in, it would help others. We can't, it's so much to say, but nothing to say, because to me, when things like this happen, no words are going to make it any better.
No.
No words are going to make it better.
And Laura's completely right. We should be thankful every day, but there's so many people that are not.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I like to do, and I'll be honest, it doesn't happen every day. I like to at least try to think of one thing good every morning, even if it's been one of the shit show days, excuse my French, but, or weeks or days or months. But you really try to think of something good. There's always something good out there. There's always a dream to follow. There's always another boundary. And like Ziegler said, when you see the end go farther and there's more out there, there's not an end until the total end. And so I watch people so depressed every day. They can't smile. They can't enjoy life. And Laura, that's really good. I'm proud
Yes.
of you.
I'm so happy that she's still here. She's one of my besties and I love her so much. But again, we've got to see beyond our nose, right?
Oh yeah. And the
You know,
trouble is we tend to look around it and never see where it's at.
yeah. So, it's one of those things where we've got to at least appreciate every moment we have. And these things remind us how blessed we are, because the news can happen to somebody and someday you find out you're the news. So until then, if that be the case, why not make the best of your life and appreciate everything you have, so that you know that you don't have any regrets of not appreciating what you have. That's about all I can say on that.
And changing it off a little bit, I do a lot of hiring for people. I look at people that have no idea of where they want to go. They're just going from this job to that job and then on to the next. And they don't realize the grass is not always greener on the other side. They may have had their dream right where they were at. And
Yeah.
like you're right, or don't wait on that magic second. Before that second comes, you may be gone. And so
Absolutely.
you pick it up. If you're an employee, be the best employee. If you're an employer, be the best employer. You and I have to talk a lot. And so if we can't come up with some value, why are we on here? I
Right.
mean, we're just spinning our own wheels. So my main thing is, wake up every morning, put your britches on, and get up and make a difference in this world.
And how many chances do you think you get to appreciate something till it's gone? We get too many times we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone. And that's what we got to realize. Everything can be gone. Everything. I mean, totally everything. So, Laura says here, or Lisa says, your dream is your passion. Absolutely. And so, find your passion, find your dreams. Allow yourself to be creative, imaginative. Remember, it don't cost nothing to dream or have happy thoughts. It doesn't cost you a penny. You don't just have it all in your mind. And it's amazing how it'll make you feel better.
To be honest, if you can't see it, you can't have it
Yeah, or feel it.
or feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, when you get older, everybody thinks, you've had that great life. You're done. You're where you're at. But I see more dreams now than I ever did. My grandchildren, my last grandbaby graduates here in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
And, now I can dream for them. And
yeah.
I can dream for whatever else is going on, everyone that's watching us or hears us. And do I see dreams for myself still? Yes, I do. I mean, I'm not ready to give up yet. They're going to take me down with I guess somebody will have to take me out. Okay. But the thing about it
Can
is,
you make sure she's not alive? Because I think she's alive. She's gonna
I'm
come back.
touchy, touchy, I'm good. Yeah.
Well,
I've got too many people here either to make angry or to help, whichever way you want to play the game.
Laura says, I was feeling guilty about going to a concert tonight because I should be sad about our world, but I'm going to go enjoy this night for all who are not able to go. Amen, sister. Exactly. Exactly. We should, yeah, I
I
love
mean,
that.
you're going to always find misery. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
I mean,
There's always going to be sadness.
believe
There's always going to be death. There's always going to be these things.
if you're going to live every day because of misery, let me tell you, sweetie, you're going to be miserable.
Yeah.
And we need to celebrate life. We need to celebrate the good things, not saying what happened was good, because this is the third one. This is the third shooting I've heard of in the last couple of weeks. And they're not getting any better. And we're not going to improve the world by just complaining about it either.
Bob Donnell said something on his page, and it's worth repeating. It says, "Stop trying to make sense of senseless behavior," and that's so profound, and it's so true. Stop making sense of something that you're wasting your time with. Instead, think of joy and happiness, because the world needs more joy and happiness, and paying it forward, and surprising people, and being that, yeah, or living in fear. Yeah, I can't live in fear. I mean, that's one thing COVID has taught us. When our numbers up, our numbers up. That's the reality of where we're at. We're here just like a bug. A bug has a season, we have a season. That's just the way it is. But let's have the joy in the meantime. Let's keep going like you're not going to be able to go no more.
And smile while you're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, a smile's contagious. I hate to
Yes.
tell you, if I smile, you smile. I've
Oh
been
yeah.
sitting here watching it the last few minutes.
Yeah.
And if a smile will brighten somebody else's day, they're going to pay it forward.
Oh yeah.
How many people are going to feel good because you felt good today?
Oh
That's
yeah.
what we don't talk a lot about negative here.
Yeah.
The only time we bring negative into this particular program is when it has something to do with a positive. And yes, there's a lot of things going on bad this week. There's a lot of things going to go on bad next week. But all you can control is the box right in front of you. And if we all control our boxes right in front and they start mingling together, a space creates. And if you can be happy in that space, you can push it on.
Absolutely. At least in depression, we are our biggest block. Exposing ourselves to things a little scary makes them not so scary anymore. Have a place to reflect, be grateful, inspire others. It helps you feel better. Thank you, Lisa Farrell. I love you. And Laura says, my trainer said today, smile in your workout. You will feel better. And I bet you did, Laura, Miss Beautiful, Miss South Carolina Elite.
Well, we tell all our CSRs, customer service people, to smile on the phone. People can hear a smile. They
Oh,
can.
Oh
I
yeah.
really can. They can't see my eyes rolling back in my head some days, but they can definitely see the smile.
Oh, I can feel your rolls when we're talking on the phone. You're like, Lynn. I'm like, oh, she's rolling her eyes at me.
That's why it's hard for me to talk on camera so much, is because everything I think's right here.
Yeah, she got no poker face. It's all right there. Anyhow, well, we hope that you find your happiness today inside. Look through your lens and find something happy and beautiful, and hold on to that. Hold on to the love. Hold on to the funniness. Make a smile. Make somebody laugh. It'll make you feel good, and it'll make them feel good. Any last words there, Sheryl?
Just want to thank everybody for being here. And the guys up there training with Jerry, they're in a training class today. Learn what you can and come out smiling.
Yep.
I think you'll enjoy it. Have a great week there.
Have a great week, Jerry. Be safe, and till next Wednesday, have a happy hump day. Bye.
You're like